Welcome to Built for More. This is not a podcast about hype. It's not about quick motivation. It's not about staying comfortable. This is about discipline. This is about growth. This is about becoming the man you were created to be. If you know deep down you're capable of more leadership, more strength, more purpose, then you're in the right place. Let's build together. When you start working on yourself, something changes. Not all at once, not in one dramatic moment, not with one decision. It changes slowly. You begin to notice your habits. You begin to notice your thoughts. You begin to notice the ways you've been settling without realizing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That is what this season has been all about. Not perfection, not motivation, not hype, awareness. Because the moment a man becomes aware that he is capable of more, he reaches a turning point. He can ignore it, or he can answer it. This season started with ownership, understanding that nothing changes until you decide it does. Not your health, not your mindset, not your discipline, not your future. It starts with you. No blaming circumstances, no waiting for the right time, no expecting someone else to fix what only you can fix. Ownership is where growth begins. Then comes discipline. Not the kind you talk about, the kind you live. The kind that shows up when you do not feel like it. The kind that moves when it would be easier to stay still. The kind that keeps promises to yourself even when nobody else would know if you broke them. Discipline is not loud, it's quiet. It is built in early mornings, in uncomfortable choices, in moments where comfort is calling your name and you decide not to answer it. And that leads to identity. Because what you do repeatedly becomes who you are. Not what you say, not what you plan, not what you hope, what you repeat. Every decision is building someone. Every habit is shaping someone. Every standard you keep or break is telling the world and yourself who you are becoming. And once you understand that, you start living differently. You stop drifting. You start deciding. Then we talked about legacy, because this is not just about you. It never was. The way you live affects your family, your friends, your coworkers, your children, the people watching you without saying a word. You are always setting the standard. The question is whether that standard's strong enough to be followed. One day, the things you own will not matter. The titles will not matter. The only thing that will matter is the kind of a man people remember you being. Were you steady? Were you disciplined? Were you present? Did you live with integrity when it would have been easier not to? Legacy is not built in big moments. It is built in daily decisions. Then we talked about purpose, because discipline without purpose becomes exhausting. Success without purpose becomes empty. You were not built to drift through life reacting to whatever happens next. You were built with intention. You were built to grow. You were built to lead. You were built to become more than the version of yourself that chooses comfort every time life gets hard. Purpose gives you direction to discipline. Purpose gives you meaning to effort. Purpose reminds you why the work matters. And then we talked about comfort, the quiet enemy. The thing that feels harmless but slowly keeps you exactly where you are. Comfort tells you tomorrow. Comfort tells you later. Comfort tells you you've done enough. But growth lives outside of comfort. Every time you choose the harder path, you build strength. Every time you push through resistance, you build confidence. Every time you show up when you do not feel like it, you become the man you said you wanted to be. Then we talked about the mind, because the real battle is not outside. It is inside. The voice that tells you to quit. The voice that tells you to wait. The voice that tells you cannot. If you do not control that voice, it will control your life. Strong men are not the ones who never doubt. They're the ones who do not let doubt decide. They feel the resistance. They hear the excuses. They move anyway. And now we're here at the end of this season. Not at the end of the journey, at the beginning of it. Because the truth is, none of this works unless you live it. Listening does not change you. Listening about change does not change you. Wanting more does not change you. Actions do. Standards do. Consistency does. The standard is set now. You know what it takes. You know what comfort looks like. You know what discipline feels like. You know the difference between drifting and building. So the question is not what you've learned. The question is what you will do. Will you go back to old habits? Will you settle into comfort again? Will you let the same excuses run the same patterns? Or will you decide that this season meant something? That this time is different? That this is the moment you stop negotiating with your potential? You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need perfect motivation. You need a decision. A decision to live with standards. A decision to live with purpose. A decision to keep building even when nobody sees it. The world does not need more men talking about change. It needs more men living it. So here's the challenge. Wake up earlier, move a little more, speak with intention, lead your family with strength, guard your habits, protect your mindset, do the hard things even when the easy things are available, not for applause, not for attention, because that is who you are becoming. Built for More was never just the name of the podcast. It is a reminder. You were built for more discipline, more strength, more leadership, more purpose, more integrity, more growth. And the work does not stop here. It starts again tomorrow. If this season changed or challenged you, stay with us. Follow the podcast on Spotify or whatever you listen with. Share this with a man who needs a reminder. And most importantly, live it. Keep building, keep pushing, keep becoming, because the standard is now set. And the man you become from here forward is all up to you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one. You are not stuck. You are not finished. You are not average. You are built for more. But nothing changes unless you do. So take one step today, make one decision today, lay one brick today, and when no one is watching, keep building. I'll see you on the next episode of Built for More.